Alright, hey guys, Greenteemosley here, and today I'm doing another how-to video. But before I get into this, I want you guys to go ahead and, as you can see, I do have this open right now, but all you have to do is just go into my channel, which you should already be in, and if you're watching this video, just hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, and we'll be perfectly fine. My mouse died, which is great. So, 1 second guys. Alright, so, now into the video. If you guys have already read the title, you know that I am doing a how to use OBS. Now OBS is a recording software used by many people and basically allows you to record games, your display, which is basically your entire screen, and other things that are quite helpful. And it can get background sound and all different sorts of things, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use it specifically. Now if you can look down, well, actually, it's going to be a bit of a problem, so before I do this I'm going to go into the settings before I actually work on any of the big part. So let's move on to the settings real quick. So here we are in the settings. Now settings are a pretty important thing. Like, as you can see, you definitely want to pick the languages you can pick that you would like, and you can change basically like what it looks like. I'm guessing, yeah. But it won't allow me to do it because it'll crash if I do so. Like so. Because I have 2 OBSs open. Because that's how I roll. I have 2 of them open, one to record it and one to actually record, or to be recorded. Okay, so as you can see, it did change to dark. Okay, so we'll just leave it at dark for now. But your guys will not naturally look like this. So what you want to do is, none of this really matters. This is all just kind of basic stuff. Just keep it as the default. It's the best thing to do. Now streaming is a pretty difficult thing if you actually want to stream, because you have to go on to, depending on what you want to stream on. Like if you want to stream on Twitch, you can. I don't really stream on Twitch, so I don't really know. But I know for YouTube, if you change it to YouTube, you do have to get your stream key. And to get the stream key, I think, I'm not quite sure. I'll do that in a different video for you guys. But the output, this is a pretty important part. For streaming, I just have it set as the basic stuff. But for recording, if you are recording, I have to have it set as this. You have the place where you want to put it. I have a specific file for it, as you can see. And how many audio tracks, what kind of file. I recommend doing an MP4 because that's the easiest to save. And the encoder, this was actually a really important part for me. What I had to do was, as you can see, like I have it on QuickSync because I don't have that, or MI times 264, it doesn't really work for me. So I just kind of kept it as, and I changed it to QuickSync. And basically what that did is it allowed my encoder to boost itself and actually be able to stop the stopping recording issues which I was having before. And basically this right down here, your bit rate, I'd say just once you get this, just keep it as what it is, because it's a lot of mess that you don't really want to mess with. The audio, depending on what you want to set your audio as, if you want to change your mic, your output, your input audio devices, I just have it set as my microphone so you guys can hear me actually. And the video, what I have the video set as, I have it set, the canvas size is my desktop size, so it records everything across my desktop. And the output scale, I have it set down at 1280 times 720. That's a pretty basic one. And what you guys are going to want to do is, for this one, I have it set all the way up, but you guys are going to, depending on what kind of computer you have, if you have a good one or a bad one, if you have a bad one, you want to set it at bilinear, which is fast. It's the fastest, but if it's scaling, it will blur. And if you have anything above that, you want to do one of these two. I have it set at this. And the FPS doesn't actually really affect the way it records, so I just have it set at 60. And if it drops, it drops, and it'll be fine. Now, the hotkeys, I don't have any hotkeys set, but you guys can set hotkeys if you would like. Now, I prefer not to set hotkeys because I actually like to push the button on the thing type of guy. If you go to the advanced, the process priority, you can have it set as high, but depending on what kind of computer you have will depend on how the game will continue to run when you have it set at high. Basically, what the process priority is whichever, let's say OBS, you have OBS open and a game open. Now OBS and the game are fighting for the CPU and who will get the most. And if you have it set as high, OBS will get it and the game will not. But I like just to keep it normal because my thing can process it perfectly fine. Now the video, I never really changed it, and you can pretty much just keep all of this the same unless you're streaming. The stream delay is very important because if you are streaming and you have the stream delay at 20 seconds, or if you have no delay at all, it's kind of like your stream's going to be disconnecting a lot. So you like to set it as a high amount of seconds, I guess, if you guys want to say that. So I don't want that checked because I don't stream. So yeah, that's the settings. So now we're going to get back into the actual OBS itself. Alright, so here we are. So you can see we have OBS open, and settings, studio mode. I'm not quite sure what studio mode is. I guess it's like a transition type of deal. Like this is scene 1 and this will be scene 2, and I'll show you guys what scenes mean in a minute. So I don't really like to use studio mode. And you see start streaming, start recording. I like to push these and exit. You can basically change what type of transition you want. And here we go. Here's the sources and the scenes. The scenes is like, let's say I have a game open over here on scene 1. I have, let's say, war mode. I have war mode open on this, and I want to quickly switch to my internet so I can show you guys my YouTube channel. Basically, what I can do is I can click add, and it'll add another scene, and I can add like all these things, like another audio. Like let's say I wanted to add an audio input capture, which will allow me to have another microphone so you guys can hear me and maybe somebody else. And then the audio output is where your audio is going. Like right now it goes to my headphones. Well, what if I wanted my friend to hear it? Or whatever my friend hears you can hear, which would be pretty cool unless he hears me. Color source, I'm not quite sure what color source is. I know the browser source, like if you open it, and let's say I put in my YouTube channel. Now, once I click OK, it might take a minute to load, but it does load it, and it will show you my entire channel. I think you have to open up your web browser and actually go in. See, it's loading now. See it. It's not wanting to work for me right now, but it's okay because we don't really need to show you that. And let me actually delete the scene too, because I don't want to have another scene when I'm actually trying to record. And as you guys can see, I do have game captures open, which is like my games. So once you open a game capture, it has multiple things. You could change it from, you can have it capture any full screen application, but I don't really recommend that because if you have two, it'll all mess up and all that crazy stuff. So I like to set it as a specific window, and it'll give you all the windows you can capture. Like, let's say I wanted to record this, my control panel, which is what I use to change my graphics card I showed you guys in the past video. And I like to keep it as window title must match, because if you have it set as anything else, it'll kind of switch. Now the multi-adapter capability is, an adapter is basically your graphics card. So like my computer, I have a NVIDIA GeForce card and an Intel Core i7. Now a multi-adapter, it'll look at both of them. Now you don't need to add active if you're using a certain one. If you have the one specific, go check out my other video and I'll explain more in that video. And if let's say you're using Steam and you want to be able to sorry guys, when you go to record a Steam game, you want to actually have the capture third-party overlay such as Steam, which will allow you to record the Steam games, and I have that enabled for every one of my game captures and all that crazy stuff. So we're going to delete that, yes. Let's see, what other things do we have? A display capture, basically you just click it and then you click OK and it captures your display, but I can't do that because of my computer. Let's see, another one, a video capture device. I don't really want to show you guys my face at this point in time, but basically it links to your camera, whatever camera you have active, and it'll show you your face. A window capture is basically like a game capture, except for it captures all windows. Like, let's say I wanted to capture, see, look, it's capturing the one that I'm recording with now. God. Internet Explorer or my Groove Music, which I'm using for the background music at this point in time. But I don't want to actually record my other OBS, so we're going to remove the window capture. But you guys understand how that works now. Now, I haven't really used any of the other things, but they're not that difficult to use. Now, yeah. So you guys should be able to understand what is going on now, and basically know how to use OBS. Now, if you, let's say you do actually have issues, you can contact me if you would like. I do know just a little bit, but if you actually, if you guys don't want to contact me at all, just go up to help, and you guys want to look at your log files, and you want to click view, and it'll open up a notepad and show you your log file. And I'm not really going to get into that, but it's loading mine up at this point in time. Basically, it shows you things such as what kind of computer you have, if you're running the game as an administrator, or what it's looking at, what kind of adapter or graphics card. And yeah. And that's OBS, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, do hit that like button and go hit that subscribe button. What can it hurt, guys? Just go ahead and go click it. It helps me a lot. Tell your friends about me. And I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. And I will see you in the next either how-to or just regular video. And peace off, guys.